All right, welcome to our experiment. This is the popcorn and Alka Seltzer lab. Feel free to pause at any time during the experiment. The first step is to take some water and fill it about 3/4 full, maybe a little bit more with water. You don't want it to go all the way to the top, but you want to have plenty of water for things to move around in there. Now, once the water's settled down a little bit, the next step is to add some popcorn kernels. These have not been popped before. 10 to 15 or so will do. So I want you to take a look at those popcorn kernels before you go on. I want you to use all your senses. Do you notice anything different about them? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you feel? Okay, do you hear anything? We want you to use all of your senses except taste. We're not going to be tasting our science experiments this year. Now, once you've had a chance to look things over and feel and smell and hear it, then I want you to write down those observations before you start the next part. So go ahead and pause this part of the experiment and write your observations. All right, now that you've written your observations, it's time for the next step, which is to add the Alka Seltzer. So the Alka Seltzer comes in a packet of 2. You can tear it in half, and we'll let you put both tablets in. So we'll plop one tablet in. We'll plop our second tablet in, and then let's just patiently see what happens. So I'm seeing a bunch of bubbles. Whoop, there went a popcorn. I'm hearing a fizzing sound. It smells kind of lemony, I think. If I put my finger in there, it feels kind of cool and kind of smooth. So if you can do this at home, go ahead. If you're not able to do this at home, go ahead and take a look. Watch how things progress here. We'll let it go for a little while. Oh, look at those popcorn seeds now. Look at that. They're moving around. They're going up. And then they're coming down. I wonder what's causing that. Wow, look at that. So we'll take a little bit more time to watch our popcorn seeds. Oh, there's a big bunch of them on their way up. Look at that. And then they hit the surface. And once they hit the water surface, they hang around for a little while, but then they tend to sink back down. And then when they get down to the bottom of the cup, they tend to go back up. Now, do you see anything? Look at those popcorn kernels. What do they have all over them? Some sort of air bubbles, it looks like. I wonder what kind of air bubbles those are. Is it oxygen? Is it CO2? But look how the bubbles are attaching to the popcorn. And then what happens when they get to the top? That is really cool. So once you've had a chance to do some more, now it's time to pause the video again. And this will actually be the end of this part of the video. And write your final observations. This should take you a while. There's a lot of really neat stuff going on. We want you to write down as much of it as you can. All right? Thanks for being such a great audience.